Well, it means so much, not only to me, but our entire family. Tom had this insatiable love for golf and kids. And to be able to see all the kids out here, it's cold, but they're having fun. And Alberta Golf does such a great job in making sure that the kids putt, chip, drive the ball. Tom would be absolutely loving today, and so are we. I am probably the luckiest guy to have what happened to me happen at the airport and have great people around me. Two nurses right away and a policeman that broke my sternum and broke my ribs, but saved my life. And I owe so much to them, and it's doubly important to keep giving back to the game of golf and to see the kids playing sports versus being on their iPads. It's the best thing possible.
You know, Lanny had a pretty traumatic experience, and so it's so neat to see him back and getting into things again. You know, we want him to slow down, but this event is too important for him. You know, Tom, not only his brother-in-law, but Tom was a great friend of ours too. And to see, you know, this event, and then Lanny, you know, obviously after his issues, coming out and being a big part of it again, it's pretty special.
Patrick says he wants you to slow down. Are you slowing down?
I'm trying to, but when you've been involved in the community and with people and young people your entire life, it's hard to just give everything up. But my dear wife Ardell is making sure that I find a way to sometimes say no. I certainly can't say no to this day. It's important to our whole family.
Yeah, no, I mean, doing the Logan's awesome, obviously, and anytime you can feel something on the golf course is a good thing, and it was just a fun day, fun event.
Yeah, I mean, the weather wasn't ideal, Logan, but you guys battled through it despite all that. I mean, just how much fun was it?
Yeah, it was a super fun day. Not often you get to play in a competitive environment with my brother or anything like that, so it's a lot of fun being out here today and playing the team championship.
Yeah, and a playoff against Brady McKinley, a guy that you battled against, you know, someone who's, you know, your age, and he was playing with Tom there. Just how much fun was that to go back to 18 for a playoff?
Yeah, I mean, playoffs are always fun, no matter the event. So yeah, no, it was definitely a good time.
This is only the second year we've tried this event, a best ball event in Sundre, to kind of kick off the season. What are your thoughts on it, and you know, kind of get the season rolling here in Alberta?
Yeah, I think it's a fun way to start off the season. The team event, everyone get the competitive juices flowing, and it's a fun way to start. And Sundre's a great club, so we had a lot of fun here today. Yeah.
Really quickly, Carter, what's up for you next? I hear you're done school, maybe turning pro.
Yeah, fully done school, got a U.S. Open qualifier, and then Q school for PGA Canada.
Okay.
So yeah, full pro golf.
And what about yourself, Logan?
Yeah, for the summer I'll be here in Alberta playing all the events, the Alberta golf events, just whatever I can fit in the schedule.
You're at Eastern Michigan. What year are you going into?
Going into my third year.
Okay,
Yeah.
third year. Okay,
Yeah.
So Carter's turning pro, third year at Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
Amazing to watch you guys play. Congratulations
Yeah.
on being the 2024 Alberta Best Ball Champions.
Thank you.
Used to be an assistant professional here working for Kerry Ketter in the mid-90s, and was away then for 4 years and came back in 2003. Started as the head professional then, and yeah, it's flown by. Yeah, the location of the club is on a lot of members' flight path, close proximity and easy to get to. Yeah, golf's one of the sports here. It's there's lots to choose from tennis and curling and badminton and aquatics and fitness and all kinds of camps and kids programs and a great F&B, food and beverage program. So yeah, we really enjoy the golf course. The social fabric of the club is, really brings everybody together. This is fantastic. It's a theater here, as you can tell. We can see a lot of the holes right here, so that makes it exciting. And members are proud to be able to host an event of this stature is great, and to have a handful of our own members playing in the event is special too, so it's fantastic. Yeah, pretty fortunate that Evan, 3 boys, he's the one that caught the golf bug, and he spends a lot of time practicing and playing with the other juniors here at the club, and managed to sneak through in the qualifier, and it's pretty neat to have him play here, be able to see him play here. And actually today he's in his first 2 rounds, he's paired with Brian Bygrave's son, Bryden. Brian was the head professional here in the 70s into the early 80s, so that's pretty neat. It's a par 70 at just over 6,500 yards, and so only 2 par 5s. But yeah, 2 different 9s. That front 9, so lets you get into the round. There's 3 par 3s and 2 reachable par 4s, and then 9 through 15 is the beef of the golf course for sure. Some really strong par 4s, and it should provide a great test. I think it'll be a different experience for everyone on the crossover, whether you're starting on 1 and 10 and then having that swap the next day. So it'll be interesting to see how everyone tackles it.
When we looked at the event as a whole, we still had an outstanding golf course. That we knew. We knew that our golf course was second to none in this area, and the focus was more on the golf course and less on the actual clubhouse. Sure, we lost our clubhouse, but we knew that the corporate tends to, the rest of it was more important than the clubhouse to the players. The tour, ATV, links marketing. We really were happy with the support that they provided us. Not knowing the future, but sticking with us meant a lot. We don't really have any timelines. We'd like to see something done. We'd like to be in a new clubhouse by 2026.
First thing was shock, seeing the pictures of that fire. It was fully engulfed by the time that we saw it. You think about the people that you know out there, Irv Williams, Blair, and what they must be going through if you're thinking what you are. So just really thought about their members in the community out here that's lost, an iconic piece of their golf course. Yeah, I think at ATB, we understand the importance of sticking by our clients in good times, and in this situation, obviously, in bad times. For us, we made a commitment. We signed a 3-year contract to host the tournament at Northern Bear. We were through year 1 of that, so we wanted to stand by the golf course, rebuild together. So we were looking for any way to really make that happen.
Pretty surreal when we got the news that the clubhouse had burned to the ground, and of course we're trying to figure out how do you run the event without that. And you take into consideration all the catering that we do, looking at evacuation for players. So we quickly rallied with Northern Bear and talked about what their plan was moving forward, talked to the tour, and very quickly we felt that if we could actually run it here, the course is so fantastic and it's such a great test for the players that we really wanted to make it happen. So as long as we could bring in all the temporary facilities that we need to run the event, we felt that we could make it happen. We felt that it was really good for the community, it was good for golf, and a lot of people couldn't quite believe that we were moving forward without it because they don't realize all the other components that go on that we could work around to still move forward and put on a great event.
And I'd like to say very quickly that's about $100,000 over 2 years to this great program.
I love seeing it. I love seeing all the women in sport, especially Alberta golf, all coming out here and getting to enjoy our beautiful property. He walked the property, it was for sale, but the owner wouldn't sell to housing development or anything like that. But he proposed a golf course and just saw the vision and really hounded down to get it going. So it's kind of not family legacy, but it's within the family. I believe that whether I worked here or not, I'd still be involved. So, but it's just kind of a nice place to work and be proud of and make it what it is. So we have Spirit 9, which we aren't playing today, which is 6 holes up, 9 in the valley, and then our Millburn 9, the girls are playing today, or the women. They have 3 holes up and then 6 down in the valley, which will be challenging and they're a bit tighter, but the views and the greens are all lush. Our Cattails 9, which is their back 9, will be a links style, so it's a bit longer. They have a bit of a give on one side onto a fairway, otherwise it's in the cattails. It's more of a challenge, but I think they're up for it today. As we said, it's like family run, and they gave me and my sister like the reins and be like, make it what it is, make this your pride and joy. So we decided that we needed kind of a rebrand. 20 years, we know and love the old logo, but we just thought it's a time and place that we needed that, especially moving into more of a digital world. So we kind of started with the online, moving from there and bringing people in, and then kind of getting the ball rolling with other amenities and other things were changing throughout the course. So having an event like this really adds to our core values of what we believe, that we're a female kind of managed golf course. So to host the women's amateur is really close to our heart here.
I mean, this was the place where I really learned to play golf. I mean, there was a couple of years where, unfortunately, I was young enough that at the time the general manager didn't allow youngsters under the age of 10 on the golf course. So, I mean, this was a big exciting thing for me because I played a couple of years in Didsbury. It was only a 9-hole course, and the idea of coming to an 18-hole course was such a cool thing. And I mean, I didn't know any better. I didn't come from a golfing family. So coming out here, learning, Dean McBride was the pro at the time, the year I was able to come out. Robertson Fate, Dave Hallworth, Darby Crest. It was such a cool environment. They were also supportive. They were always excited to see it. It was just an awesome place to start. Ended up going to the PGM program in Lethbridge at Lethbridge College there. Came back, worked here, Innisfail here, out in Sundre for a few years. And then ended up going down to Lethbridge at Henderson Lake for just about 5 years, and then was lucky enough to get the head professional job in Innisfail there for the last 3 years. And the opportunity came up here, and I mean, there's not many chances you get to come home and help support the golf course that made you into who you are, so I had to take that opportunity when it came up. It is so different. I mean, we were joking about this the other day. As juniors, we used to joke about the crack on hole 5 fairway that went right up the middle. It was about basically as wide as our feet at the time, and we had a name that I won't say on camera about it, but long story short, it was I mean, we just didn't have the infrastructure in place, but this was a community-run, community-built golf course, right? That was what it was all about. And just year after year, through constant effort, good financial management, I mean, Wade Baerschel and Jason Klusen have done a phenomenal job of managing this place the last 20 years. It's turned into what it is today, which I truly believe it's a championship golf facility. And I mean, this is a tournament that I never had the opportunity to play in as a kid. I didn't really know about it or have the information available. Everybody at Alberta Golf is doing such a better job about promoting tournaments and events that now than they were when I was a kid. It's incredible to see how much passion they have for the game, and my goodness, I mean, I watched the young lad on the range the other day. He must have been 14. He was hitting his driver as far as I was, and people tell me all the time I'm a decently long hitter, so it's just incredible to see these young athletes perform, and incredibly proud to have it here. I mean, I've always enjoyed this golf course. I've always been proud of what we have to offer, and I just hope that everybody enjoys their time
there for sure. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was probably my tightest margin of victory in something substantial. Yeah, so I had no idea what was going on. No idea. I wasn't looking at scoreboards all day, just trying to stay in the present. Yeah. I told one of the girls I was playing with that I was going to make 5 birdies on the back, so I was trying to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many did you end up making? You made
4.
Made 4.
I think 3 or 4.
Yeah,
I made 4.
4.
Yeah. I almost walked away. I was like, should I watch? And then I did. I watched. Yeah, it was a little stressful. I haven't done that before, watching. Yeah, and I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know where they were. I thought maybe I was out of it. So yeah, just waiting. It was a lot of fun. I haven't played in a playoff since I was 12. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and just trying to like take it one shot at a time, stay in the moment.
Your approach in the playoff was one of your shots of the week.
Yeah, that's a really good number for me, 77. So I was really happy when I shot it and I saw that, because it's just a nice lob wedge. So yeah, it was a good shot.
Feels pretty good. Yeah, I was close at the start. Birdied the first hole, they made a double on 3, and I think me, Tate, and John were all tied the lead, and then kind of started pouring in some putts and kind of pulled away.
What do you think was the best part of your game today to shoot that 64?
It was pretty solid off the tee, and then all the putts were going in. Didn't matter, like 20 feet, 10 feet, they were just going in.
That's a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
You shoot 64. It's 1 off the course record.
Yeah.
You probably didn't know that when you had that putt on 18,
yeah.
But that would have been for a 63 to tie the course record.
Yeah.
But overall, what does this 64 do for your confidence going forward?
64 is the lowest score in a tournament for me, so definitely a lot of confidence, and especially getting it done on last day of the tournament.
Good job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a fun tournament. It was a fun week. Course is in great shape. For some reason, it just fit my eye. I was hitting the ball pretty straight. The greens were true and pretty fast, and I was able to see the lines and make some putts. So I started off the first couple days really good, put myself in a good position today. Barrett made impressive charge at me today, and yeah, it was a hard battle to hold him off, but yeah, it feels good to get the win.
What sticks out at you today as maybe a moment where, defined the championship for you? Was it the approach on 17? Was it something earlier in the round? What sticks out to you?
Yeah, there's a couple moments. I mean, I was just telling you that the shot on 10, I made a good up and down from the bunker on 10 to save par. Barrett hit it in there tight for birdie. Just a one-shot swing, could have been 2 easily. So that was a big putt. I made a big putt on hole 13 for par. Yeah, those are kind of ones that save you around and keep the momentum going. So, and then obviously the one on 17, hit it in there tight to 3 feet and made birdie. So,
what does it mean to win this? I mean, it's for 25 and older, and everyone's got their own careers, but you come together here and you compete, and it's great camaraderie, and you've won it for a second time now. What does it mean to you to just spend a week here competing against friends you've known for a long time?
Yeah, that's just it. The camaraderie for the mid-amateurs, it's much different than the amateur, to be honest. I mean, everyone's got jobs and families, and everyone's just taking holidays to come out here and have a fun week. So that's just what it was. A lot of good friends from across the province come back together to play some golf and have some fun. So it means a lot to me to win.
grew up in a small town south Alberta called Brooks, and got into the golf industry when I was about 14. Started playing when I was about 10, so been in the industry or been around the game for quite a while, and worked at the Red Deer Country Club for a little bit, but I've been at Rocky at Pine Hills for the last 25 years. Worked my way up to the general manager position, so basically I call this place home now. It's definitely exciting when Alberta Golf gives you a call and wants to host a provincial championship at your course. You get to showcase it to some of the top amateurs in the province, and then there's even some from outside and from BC, which is exciting. So you get to, you're really looking forward to the day when it actually happens and they show up and they get to test their skills on a championship style golf course here. Or this week it's going to be pretty firm and fast for them on the fairways, and the greens are going to be in great shape. They're going to be rolling fairly true for them. But every fairway's tree line, so they got to be pretty accurate off the tee and place the ball in the proper spot. And on the greens, if you're above the hole, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Our membership love this place. I mean, obviously, it's you're in a small town of Rocky with about 6,500 people. You get, you know, they appreciate what they have. When you look at a small town, you don't think of a type of golf course like this. So they embrace it, and they came out in full force to help volunteer for this event, which is, it's great to see. They love to give back and help us out. So we get them from all over Alberta, but a lot of people from Edmonton and Calgary will make the trek on a weekend to come play here. So it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but it's worth the drive. I would say it's one of the top attractions in Rocky. I know we do have a couple provincial parks around here, but a lot of the people that come from out of town are probably going to make a trek to come play some golf and maybe check out Crimson Lake, which is the provincial park just down the road. So.
as soon as I kind of stepped down into this valley, you kind of see the holes kind of all of a sudden in this valley, because when you drive in, you don't really see them, and then you see the valley. As soon as I stepped on the property, I'm like, I love this place. And then and like you said, just as soon as we hit some putts on the greens, it's some of the best greens I've ever played. So you get those good vibes going right away.
How much fun was today? I mean, you love to compete. You've been doing it for a long time, and these are your friends. But you know, Mitch Fox was leading, and like Andrew Harrison made a charge, and some of the guys like Dylan Batzel from this club were right there. Just how much fun was it today?
It was a lot of fun, and Mitch beat me last week with a lead at the Assistant Championship, and he had a similar lead today. And went out pretty fast, was 4 under through 6 or so, and then Andrew was 6 under through 7. So if I didn't keep up, they would have left me in the dust. So I played pretty well at the start, just kind of kept up with them, and then all of a sudden I found myself, after a couple of birdies, to start the back 9 with a lead. And then those guys didn't play as well as they wanted to coming down the stretch, and all of a sudden I went from behind to kind of a big lead all of a sudden, and it's kind of the mentality switched pretty quick there. I've always tried to treat this as a pretty big event. It's a big event on my schedule, and I always look forward to it. I mean, it's helped I've played well in the past, but I think it's a great event to have kind of as many guys to come together as possible.
I had a tough start with that first round with that 74, and so my goal became pretty clear that it was going to be trying to make that low am spot. Yeah, I mean, that 65 yesterday was a huge one to go after, and then battling out with Jesse today was a ton of fun. We were flipping leads back and forth, and yeah, it was a ton of fun down the stretch, and happy that I was able to birdie the last one. The last time we had a tournament in Medicine Hat, I played well there too, won the amateur at the country club, so kind of my newer home here. I was very excited about this one. Yeah, with my family out there, my dad watched all day today, my uncle came out, and even playing with Dylan as well, a good friend of mine. We used to live together for a little while. Like we were super close, and with his family out here, it was a ton of fun. Couldn't have pictured it any better.
I went through a bunch of stuff on the golf course, like ups and downs, but I traveled through them to here. So this feels good that I've overcome that.
It's really exciting to win this, especially it's like a provincial title, which is really big. And yeah, I feel like both days my approach shots were really good. Yeah, I was hitting the ball pretty well, and I think that really helped me score low.
Yeah, it's definitely high up there. I won U15s last year, but this year it's good to move up in age division and still win it.
What do you have in your game this year that maybe you didn't have last year? How much have you improved?
My short game has got significantly better, yeah. My chipping was definitely the weakest point of my game, and I've really worked on that to make it some of the best part of my game.
I'm very excited. I've worked so hard and gone through a bit the last year, and I'm very happy to see it all pay off right now. My putting has been especially good this tournament, and I felt like I made a lot of important putts.
This is right up there. It's my best round from right around 6,000 yards in a tournament, and it felt great. I putted great on the back 9, which has been a struggle of mine this year, so it's felt great. It's not over till it's over. I had a double, a bogey, and 3 3-putts today, and I still ended up coming out on top, so I just got to keep trying until the end.
It feels great. I've played this tournament for many years, and I've always looked up to the guys in U17, win that, and just wanted to do that one day, and now it's kindly come true, so it feels great. Yeah, it's for sure my biggest win. You know, it feels great. Confidence is at a high right now.
Hockey announcer. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The last 10 weeks. Here you go, sir. You got a dozen balls there. You guys can split amongst yourselves. Oh, I can make it.
congratulations on your Alberta Golf Volunteers of the Year. And so I've asked Chris and Jack, I asked them in advance, I didn't tell them that they were volunteers of the year, but I did ask them to share a few things about their trip to the Northwest Territories. So I don't know if you want to come and say that now.
Thank you, Steve.